Welcome to St. John Newman Church. We're so glad you're here. Today is the fourth Sunday of Lent.
Happy Latari Sunday. And, you might be saying, well, what is Latari Sunday? It's Rejoice Sunday because we've basically gotten to the midway point or the halfway point of our Lenten journey. And so especially if we've given up or we've made a lot of sacrifices or we're doing certain penances, it's a way to rejoice, right? It's also a way for us to rejoice from kind of the sterility of our worship space. We have we just had some kind of austere decorations during Lent, but today there's a little extra punch of color, pink. So Latari Sunday is one of two of the Sundays where we have rose vestments, and we start including rose, and it's either Gaudete Sunday, which is the midpoint of Advent, or Latari Sunday, which is the midpoint of Lent. Some people have noted to me they've seen in the construction that they say they're painting the building red, Father. Is the church going to be red? No, the church is not red. There are some red rusty elements, but what you're seeing right now is the weatherproofing. The first level, of course, is the studs, which are steel. Then they put on the steel shear wall, which is really thick stainless steel siding, so to speak. And then on top of that, they put what they call the drywall, I said, that's drywall? It doesn't look like it. It says on it, it's fiberglass. So it's a fiberglass insulation. Then on top of that, now we're at the phase where they're weatherproofing. And so they're painting this elastomer paint on that's supposed to fill in the cracks and stuff, and so that water penetration can't happen. So the church isn't necessarily red or that rust color, but in the front there are some stone elements that might be that color. So that's with update on the construction. Also, I wanted to remind you that as we journey into this fourth week of Lent, the midway point, that there's a couple things coming up that I wanted to draw your attention to. It's been in the bulletin, and we have it posted around, but it's the Worldwide Synod listening sessions. And so we kicked off this synod journey about, I want to say 3 years ago, 2.5, 3 years ago. But they're at the point now where all the reports, all the information you guys gave me back 3 years ago has now been put into reports, and then it was sent on to the U.S. bishops in America, and then they did another report that went on to Rome. Now they're having further listening sessions, and there are actually some questions that it's a little more formal, and that they have some questions that they'd like people to respond to. And so if you want to be part of that, the listening sessions, there are 3 of them. The easiest one for us is for the Northern Deanery, which is the northern part of our city, and it's going to be held at St. Elizabeth Ann Seton Church. And the information is in the bulletin, and we have it posted there. You must register to come, so there's a little code. You can take a picture with your camera phone, and it will lead you to a website where you can register for this. I'm going. I hope I see some of you there. The following week then, I don't know if we'll get a chance to talk about it, so you can get it on your calendars, but it's the Chrism Mass. Now, this is a diocesan-wide Mass. This year, it's going to be held at Our Lady of Las Vegas Parish, and all the faithful are invited to come. It's where the Archbishop blesses or consecrates the oils that are used during our sacraments. So when your child is baptized, he blesses the oil, the chrism that's used in, or the chrism that's used at a confirmation or at a priestly ordination when they chrismate the hands. Then they also bless the oil of the sick that's used when we celebrate the anointing of the sick, or last rites as some people refer to it. And then also the oil of catechumens, which is used by those who are not Catholic, non-baptized, who are journeying towards baptism. There are different stages where they can be anointed with this oil of catechumens. And so it's a wonderful celebration. It's also a celebration where the priests renew their promises they made at their ordination. So this year, it seems like Thursday's a popular day in the church. So it's Thursday, the 21st. So it's not this Thursday, but the following one. So you can come do this Synod listening session, and then the following Thursday is the Chrism Mass, and it's at 6 p.m. at Our Lady of Las Vegas Church, which isn't too far away from us, and you're all invited. You know, one of the other things I wanted to give you an update is it's been a little over a month now since we've kicked off our PARISH CSA campaign. That's Catholic Stewardship campaign that we've, I talked about it, and we mailed home these brochures and pledge cards to all the registered households, and we have them available. We had a good turnout so far. I feel like we're very blessed, but we need people to continue to fill out their pledge cards and send them in. I can't stress enough how time is on your side. If you do it now, you can make monthly payments over time. It doesn't seem so burdensome. You can actually make a substantial pledge, but when you do a little over time, it becomes bite-sized, it becomes manageable. So I really want to encourage you to make a pledge and then fulfill your pledge. Just as the status, it's been a little over a month. We've reached 23% of our goal. Our goal that's been given to us by the Archdiocese is $177,815. So we've reached 23% of that goal. We have pledges for $40,509. Okay, that's good news, but we need to continue on. And one of the reasons why I really want to stress this year is that I know we have a lot going on in our lives, and sometimes it's hard, but when we get more people involved, the burden's less for everybody, right? So we have to think about that. If we know that the economy's not doing well for so many people, that if we all do our part, do a little bit, then we can reach our goal, and then the stress isn't too much on any one person, okay? And so we're currently a quarter of the way there. Last week it was a Thursday. Once again, we had our 25th parish anniversary celebration. I think it went really well, and please make sure to take home a bulletin this week. We have some pictures in there if you weren't able to be there, or if you were there and you want to see if you were in any of the pictures. We have some pictures in the bulletin to kind of show the festivities, and I think it went really well. But Father Bede pointed out, he was the founding pastor here. He preached at this 25th anniversary Mass. And if you want to see him see it, you can watch the YouTube channel for our parish. The whole Mass is on there. And if you don't want to listen to the whole Mass, you can fast forward through to his homily. But he mentions about, he talked about the journey to getting to this point and how it wasn't ever easy, right? And he called me a whiner because I call him up frequently and I talk about this delay or that delay or how overwhelming this is. And he reminded me that just to get their first structure here, it was a series of mobile home units that were specially constructed for the parish that were assembled to make a worship space large enough for the infant church of St. John Neumann. And that was at our first location down on Simmons Road near Craig. And he said it took 3 times before they actually got those here, because the first time they drove under an underpass and destroyed them, so they had to be rebuilt. Then the second time, like 3 months later, after they were reconstructed, they decided to take a different route through Arizona, and they blew off the trailers. So then it was the third time was a charm. I guess they figured out how to secure them properly and get here safely is when we got the building. So our journey here at St. John Neumann has always been filled with, as he called it, a comedy of errors. But one of the things that he kind of made everybody chuckled about, he says, pretty soon, we came from such humble beginnings, pretty soon we'll be in a new church building. It's going to be the most expensive building in the whole Archdiocese of Las Vegas, just because of inflation and not because of opulence. It's not because it's an opulent building, but just the way construction costs. And he said, good luck paying for it or paying off the debt. So we have that journey, but I just want to remind you that in context with CSA is really what supports the administrative offices down at the diocese and the mission of the outreach missions of Archbishop Thomas. And when we do our part, when we contribute to that, it makes everything work well. It makes them able to help us, give us the loans so that we can build the church, even though we don't have all the money right now. They'll be coming after us for the money, but hopefully we'll have enough time and enough opportunities to raise the money and invite new people into contributing. So I just want you to pray for that, but also pray for people who are discerning right now their CSA pledge, that they may be able to respond as their household is able to, and that they may do so with a joyful heart, especially on this Rejoice Sunday. God bless you, and I hope you have a wonderful Lent.
Join us this Friday, March 15th for our next Lenten spiritual exercises. For the full schedule, please read the bulletin, see the posters in the gathering space, or on our parish website. This Tuesday, March 12th at 6:30 p.m., St. John Neumann hosts an evening presentation on vocational discernment, priesthood, sisterhood, married and single life, presented by Father Miguel Carrel and special guests here at the Parish Center. This weekend, we are asking for people to participate in having their feet washed on Holy Thursday and cross bearers for Good Friday. Please visit the table in the gathering space to sign up. For all the news on what's happening here at St. John Neumann, pick up a bulletin on your way out of Mass today. And have a blessed week.